Hello, we are live with today's stream, I think. Yes, awesome, we are live. Good stuff. It's been a bit away. Let me just quickly share on all the social medias that we're live, and then we'll hop into the game. And yeah. Not sure how this stream is going to go with, a stream after I've been away for a while. Often ends up being a bit of a slower stream, but that's fine. We'll see how it goes, and yeah, normal Monday stream. Starting with some Animal Crossing. I'm going to be switching over to Super Mario Bros. 35 later, hopefully. And yeah, so let's just hop right in. You're back. I am back, Rocco. Well, yeah, March 22nd, 3:50 p.m. Trantor. It's all good. All good in the neighborhood. And yeah. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Hopefully you're having a good day. Good Monday. Good start to your week. And all that. Okay. So let's see. Cupcake Bessie, Rocco, Kabuki. T-Bone is new, I think. Biff, Tabby, Pudge. Okay, what is... Oh, I still have... Yeah, that's why that's there. Okay, no worries. Museum, Skull of a Plesiosaur. Open that up. Dinosaur track. And a Trilobite. Okay, and then from HRA or Nook? Nook. Stunning round cactus. Cool, cool, cool. Spoiled turnips. We missed the sports fair. It is what it is, though. Just the way things go sometimes. Yep, we're gonna move you around to the other side. Oh, no, there's actually... Oh, well, did not mean to pick that up. Meant to pick that up and just put that over here. There we go. Now I can still, actually get at this. So yeah, so we missed 18th through 21st. After also missing 15th and 16th. So yeah, it's been a bit of a rough month, but, making it through. One step at a time. Okay. Spoiled turnips are a bit annoying, but it is what it is. So we have a lot more over in Pretoris, so... But it is what it is. We just gotta accept that and move on. And see how things go. So we should have a bunch of weeds in town, so we do need to kind of keep our eyes open for that a bit more than usual. Otherwise, look for 3 fossils. Or 5 fossils, I mean. T-Bone is new. Yep. Yeah, I'm Rick. Okay, let's welcome T-Bone to Trantor. Hey, Lynx, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Okay. We are still March, so don't need to check for new fish availability or anything. You're good, good to hear. I'm doing pretty decent. Have a bit of a toothache, but trying to brush my teeth a bit more and hopefully deal with that. Okay. Money Rock? Not Money Rock. Oral Gel? I do not know. Okay. Look at my character all pale after me not going to the island for like a week or so. Okay. Definitely look into that. Definitely look into that, yeah. Yeah. Main issue is I just haven't been brushing my teeth enough recently, and I eat, you know, a lot of sugary foods, so the combination is, you know, not ideal. Was there? I think I must have pulled the weed that I'd seen earlier. So I think the main thing is I just need to be better about brushing more frequently. Hey, Biff. Yeah. Yeah. See, I only, like, I don't have it very often. Like, maybe occasionally I'll have a tooth that is, like, a little sore, like a little toothache, but, like, nothing major. This is definitely the worst I can remember ever having. But, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Otherwise, like, mentally I'm feeling better. I mean, today was still a bit, like, you know, coming back to stream after not streaming for, like, I streamed last Wednesday, otherwise I haven't streamed since, like, last week Sunday, so in the past week I've only done one stream, so coming back is kind of like, oh no, will anyone show up, you know, panic, all that stuff, but overall doing okay. The older we get, they get weaker. Yeah, there is definitely, like, yeah, as you get older, our bodies don't, okay, Tab's not in. Body's ability to deal with stuff is a lot trickier, whether it's teeth or other stuff. It's like that whole meme or whatever, like, you know, a kid falls off, like, falls from, like, a high height or whatever, you know, they're in pain for a little bit and they're fine. Meanwhile, like, you know, somebody in their 30s gets out of bed, like, or just sleeps in the wrong position and they're, like, sore for a week. But, yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. Just gotta be careful about stuff and realize your limits aren't what they used to be. Still haven't gotten your wisdom teeth removed yet, but it says if they Don't bother, you push, you're fine. Yeah, I don't have... Yeah, I never got my wisdom teeth removed or anything. They're still back there. And they're also not the ones, like, causing me issues right now or anything. Again, like, yeah, they'll sometimes, like, you know, be a very mild issue with them, but nothing major. I myself haven't actually been to the dentist in, over a decade. Okay, now here's the thing I should not be doing. I do not... Oh, I have a lot of spoiled turnips. I don't have any good turnips, so I shouldn't be checking this because... Okay, no, that's fine. Oh, actually, that reminds me of something, though, that I should check. Let's see here. Oh, so first we're getting Gracie tomorrow, so that's still accurate. I should just get rid of that, because that's not relevant. That was from last week's turnips. We didn't play yesterday, so I didn't buy any turnips this week. Now to remember how I do everything here. Let's see, items. Okay. Scare the surgery, and last time was April of last year. Oh yeah. Can't go for a checkup, sadly. Yeah. Yeah, that's also, like, yeah, COVID is a big part of the reason that, like, I'm, like, you know, hoping that my toothache just goes away with me, like, brushing my teeth more and whatnot and such, because don't really want to go to the dentist right now. I mean, don't want to go to the dentist in general, that's why I haven't been in 10 years, but especially not now. Yeah. Okay. Okay, some interesting options with the clothing there, but first let's... Oh wait, which painting is this? Pretty sure that's one I already have, right? Perfect painting. Yeah, I also don't really go to the doctor ever, because I don't have a family doctor. So... Yeah, don't really go for checkups of any kind. Okay. Won't have a doctor soon. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's unfortunate. I've actually been, like, I am on a wait, because, like, here in Manitoba, at least we have, Manitoba Family Doctor Finder or something. It's a website or wherever you sign up to. Which I signed up to get a family doctor on there. And they say it's... The normal wait time is about a month or two, I think. I signed up on there... I want to say 3 years ago. Maybe it was only 2 years ago, but I want to say 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. Every month I get a email that's like, finding a family doctor for you is taking longer than, just an automated email. Taking longer than expected. You know, blah, blah, blah. If there's an emergency, just, go to the emergency room. Otherwise, like, use clinics and blah, blah, blah type stuff or whatever. But, yeah. Because my city and such just does not have a lot of openings for that. But it is what it is. Move across country. Okay. Already got a family doctor once you move, yeah. Boyfriend says you don't need one, but he doesn't understand that you need one. You're pregnant, you're like a family doctor. Ah, yeah. Definitely makes sense. Yeah. Okay. That's not new, so we're just going for the raffle ticket. White boombox probably isn't on my list, but that doesn't mean we don't need it. I don't actually know whether or not we need this one. So we're just getting it to be on the safe side. Radiator? I feel like we've got that before. It's certainly not on the list. But yeah. Round cactus. Oh, you're moving to Prince Edward Island. Okay. My knowledge of PEI about begins and ends with the fact that it's the smallest province with the longest name. Round cactus? No, not new. I think it's the longest name. Globe. See, I'm not too familiar with really any of the maritime provinces. Never been to any of them. And yeah, they have tons of snow still. Loving the snow, no snow. There's no Jaws really, so it'll be hard for you to find one, but you'll try your best. Oh yeah. Any particular reason you're moving there? If you want to share, obviously if you don't want to, don't have to. But yeah. See, I've just lived in Manitoba my whole life. In the same city my whole life. Wouldn't mind moving, but... wouldn't mind living somewhere else, but don't want to have to deal with the moving bit of it. I mean, I've obviously moved within the city a handful of times. I guess... First time was when I was a kid, so it was just, my parents are like, okay, moving to a different house. Don't even really know the reasoning, if it was that it was... Honestly, I don't know the reasoning why we decided to move. I was like 6 at the time. Second time I moved was when I moved out of my parents' place. Third time was when I moved in with a friend, because a roommate of mine had moved out, and I could afford to live by myself, but it was expensive. And a buddy of mine had just got himself a place, so he's like, hey, you want to move in with me? I was like, sure. Then the next time I moved was when said buddy got married, and I had to move out of there, so I moved in here. Moving for a few reasons. Okay, no worries. Okay, so no, nothing new on the furniture side there, or at least nothing confirmed new. But clothing, there's a couple promising things. Not this one, the Arctic Camo we know is we've got previously. I was going to say priorly, which just sounds weird. But these next two I don't recognize. A gaudy sweater. Oh, the name sounds familiar though. Okay, so we have got it. I just probably haven't seen it, so I probably got it on like the island or something, where I didn't actually see what it looked like. Okay. Well, the next one also doesn't look familiar, but again, we'll see. Oh, a blossoming shirt. I'm pretty sure we've got that on the island, yeah. That's a shame, because the next two definitely look familiar. I mean, the last one is the desert camo. The next one is like... I can't remember which one this is off the top of my head, but... Okay, funky dot shirt. Let me just check to make sure, but... Yeah, that's... Okay, so... Nothing new on clothing, even though there was some promising stuff. Cheaper, his family moved there, working with his dad. Okay. Working with him still makes sense. He's never traveled outside of Ontario. It's going to hopefully help him pursue his dream of being a welder. Okay, cool. No problem leaving. He's done it before to BC 6 years ago. Okay. Yeah, definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things that would actually get me to move is if, basically, if I got in a, as in a relationship with somebody and they were, you know, had reasons to move, whether it be job-related, family-related, both related. Both family and job-related and such. But yeah. For myself, on my own, probably won't ever move out of the city unless I get, like... Unless I were to get rich. If I were to get rich, it would just be... Because then you could just, like, be like, okay, I'm buying, like, this house wherever I want type thing, and just, like, no issues type thing. But that's... Yeah. Do you want to stay if I can't do that to him? Yeah. Definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Yeah. And any place is going to have, like... Any place is going to have its positives and negatives. It's just about... You know, which outweigh which and such. Because like, I have a lot of problems with the city where I live. But it is, as far as, like, prices go, like rent and such, definitely better than a lot of places. So that's definitely a plus. Obviously living in the same city as my parents is good as far as, like, you know, having, like, you know, them as a fallback if something, if, like, something goes wrong. If, like, suddenly, like, if I'm out of work and... Like, cause, like, last time I was unemployed, like, there was always, like, that on the back burner. Like, if I didn't get a new job before I ran out of money, there was, like, you know, the possibility of moving back in with my parents, which would be more difficult if I lived in another city. Don't live in Ontario, be paying an arm and a leg just for one bedroom. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would ever move to Ontario. Like... At least, like, I don't think I would ever have a reason to move to Ontario unless, like I said earlier, like, if I was in a relationship with somebody and they were either already living in Ontario or had a reason to move there. But, like, beyond that, I don't think I personally would ever have a reason to move to Ontario. It's fine to visit, yeah. I mean, I've been to Ontario a handful of times. Like, we have some relatives out there, but, like, when I say, like, relatives, it's, like, you know, like, my dad's cousins or whatever. So, like, I remember one time when I was a kid and we went out there to visit. I don't really remember much about that, because, like, I was... When would that have been? I don't know. I would have been in, like, my... less than 10 years old. I don't remember how much less. The only thing I really remember about that was that the relatives we were staying with had a Sega Genesis and Sonic the Hedgehog. And I remember playing that. Or Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Because I remember... Because it was the one with that had, you know, Sonic and Tails. I do remember that. And otherwise, when I was in grade 6... Or, oh, 1 second. When I was in grade 6, like, grade 6 classes from here would always go to Thunder Bay. So, yeah. Again, I don't remember much of that trip, other than... Honestly, the main things I remember from that trip were, the bus ride, because, like, it was, like, you know, get one of those, like, fancy buses with, like, you know, TVs and whatnot, and we watched... I remember we watched the original Star Wars, Episode 4. I remember we watched Mulan. I can't remember what the other movies were off the top of my head. But that was the first. I just remember Star Wars because that was the first time I'd ever watched Star Wars. Or at least, the first time I watched episode 4. I can't remember if that was before or after episode 1, which I saw in theaters. So that was the same year. Really, I could just look up when episode 1 came out, and that would probably answer that question for me. Being 2.5 hours away from Niagara Falls and only an hour away from Canada's Wonderland. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's Canada's Wonderland. That was another time I went to Ontario. When was that? Because I remember there was another time I went to Ontario, I think, with a church group for some convention thing, but I also remember we took one day to go to Canada's Wonderland. That was probably when I was in high school? I don't remember. But yeah. Hey Todd, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Yeah, because obviously we went to Thunder Bay, like we, you know, because it was a couple days trip or whatever, and one of the days we went to Niagara Falls. Probably also went to Niagara Falls when, you know, I went with my family when we were little, but like I said, I barely remember that. Yeah. Oh. Just trying to remember all this stuff, because, like, how long ago pretty much all of this happened, because even stuff when I was a teenager at this point is more than 10 years ago, because I'm, what, 34 at this point? So, you know. Let's see. Green golf bag. Can't stay, but have... Okay, no worries. Thanks for stopping by, and you have a great day as well, I hope. There for 2 weeks for a road trip. Never again, though. 8 people in one van driving 14 to 15 hours. Yeah, I mean, the times where I went, like, for school or, like, church stuff or whatever, that was, like, in a bus. Green golf bag. Not on the list, I can't. Whereas, like, going with family, we went to Ontario, that would have been... Depending on whether that was before or after my youngest brother was born, which I honestly don't even remember, it would have been either 4 or 5 people in a car. But yeah. Hey, Pudge. I know we definitely drove to BC with 5 people in a car once. Or was it after we already got a van? I can't remember. My memory. But yeah. I already found 2 of the fossils. Yeah, see, we definitely have flown to BC a couple of times, but those were the earlier times we went to BC, so that would have been like when I was like only when I was single digits, whereas ages or whatever, whereas the last 1 or 2 times our family went to BC would have been when I was, well, those times we drove. I mean, the last time I went to BC would have been driving, but that was just me and my buddy after we had gone to San Diego Comic-Con, and then coming back, because going there we just, like, you know, did like kind of this mostly straight line from Manitoba down to San Diego, but then coming back we just went straight up to BC so he could, so my buddy there could stop off at his grandma's house for a bit, and then we, you know, drove across to come back. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was, I think, that was the second time I went to Comic-Con of a total of San Diego Comic-Con, a total of 3 times, I think. Or was it the wait, how many times? Yeah, I've gone there 3. Me and my buddy had gone there 3 times. I think that was just the most recent time we definitely just came straight back, like, you know, diagonally right across, because, and I think one of the times, the third time we definitely just drove, we didn't go up to BC first because of, like, needed to be back soon enough for my buddy for his, like, work and such, but yeah. Have I ever been to Fan Expo? I have not, no. Ooh, Sahara. I mean, we'll mark it down just so it's marked down, but just so we know how long until the next. But let's see here. Well, we already got everything we need from Sahara. March 24th. I was right to the day, not. It's Wednesday. Might like it. Definitely might, yeah. Definitely a lot of conventions and such I'd love to go to. Just it's a matter of, like, you know, time and money and all that. Yeah, the event I'd really like to go to right now. Well, 2 of the events that are, like, kind of top of my list would be TwitchCon and AGDQ. TwitchCon, of course, being, like, the premier, you know, Twitch convention, and AGDQ being a speedrunning event. It's in Toronto. I think, I mean, there might be other, obviously there's probably other similar things. I don't know if, like, there's other things that use the name Fan Expo as well beyond that one. But, yeah. So, making sure I don't miss any weeds today is, you know, tricky. So many weeds after so many days of not playing. But that's just the way it goes. Awesome. Still got my money rock skills down though, so that's something. Oh yeah. Definitely will consider it someday. Like right now, I mean obviously right now, like most conventions aren't even happening. But even aside from that, right now I have to be very pick and choose what I can afford to go to, both in like, you know, price of going somewhere and then also the taking time off work to go to something and thus not making money. But yeah, future context, yeah. Oh, hey Gulliver. Yeah, the most famous person I have met would be Felicia Day. If you go look at my, I think that's actually, yeah, my Twitter, yeah, my Twitter, whatchamacallit, not the profile picture, the other picture, is, you know, a group of us there meeting Felicia Day and such, a bunch from Team Human. Come on, Gulliver, wake up already. There we go. Don't know how to swim. Shame, Gulliver, you should learn how to swim. I mean, I don't really properly know how to swim myself. I can... Gotta go prep pigs in a blanket. Okay, have fun with that. And thanks for hanging out. Oh, just BRB. So then see you in a bit, I guess. Okay, what did we get here? Mouth of Truth. Pretty sure that's one we already have over. Already have, so that's not anything new. But yeah, we haven't finished. We haven't listed out the items we need from Gulliver yet, so yeah. It is what it is. Still haven't seen Tabby today. Oh, never mind. Don't see me for a week and you forgot all about me. What's up? A Jersey barrier. Barrier to keep New Jersey out. I can understand the appeal. No, just kidding. It's not on the list. Sure. Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not? Why not is a... Oh, hey, Biff. Did I ever talk to Biff? Or, this is Rocco. No, I didn't talk to Rocco yet. Yeah. Funny. I mean, you don't remember, but that was me who sent it to you. You don't notice how I don't realize that, despite the fact that, you know, it's the same town and character name. But it is indeed the truth. Okay. The truth is but a matter of truth. How many fossils do we still need? 2 fossils. Still need 2 whole fossils. What is this world coming to? Where are you still? Oh, hey, Kabuki. Foul creature. Okay, good to know. What's new? I have not. Not yet. Maybe someday. Definitely be a good way to get some of the stuff once I don't have yet, once I get down to not getting as much new stuff, but that also require playing later at night and whatnot. Oh, that's a dead sapling. A dead sapling, and here's a fossil for us. Fossil number 4 of the day. Fossil number 4. A-okay. Fossil number 4, and that's what for? Fossil number 4. But where is 5? Right there. No, that was not fossil 5, that was just a bag of money. This is fossil 5. Okay, so we found all the fossils. Okay. Might as well mail them, because we've got everything we need to mail on us right now. Mail a letter. So 1 second, I think the game audio might be out of sync. Might just been my imagination, but better to be on the safe side. Just, you know, just in case. Nothing wrong with playing it safe. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I did press the wrong button. Okay, so let's leave and come back. Hey, Pete. Have fun delivering your mail. Okay. Okay, let's now finish our exploration of town, just in case there's any cupcake. I mean, I do enjoy life, but I do also need to work less hard. Of course. Uh-huh. Yes. Interesting. And Bessie. Yeah. I mean, there's other greetings beyond good morning, Bessie. I mean, don't really need it, but might as well take it. Just, you know, no point in turning down free stuff. So where Rocco lives, we already talked to him. And that is the end of our exploration of town. So then, we're going to do, stop by our house. We're going to have some mail. Well, there's ants, which we've already caught previously, right? We have indeed. Yep. Cupcake. Okay, well, we need to get rid of all these boiled turnips, so let's just pick up as many as we can. Get rid of them along with that wallpaper. Oh, Nook. Yeah. We'll get rid of those turnips a bit at a time. Probably won't get rid of all of them at once. They're spoiled, so it's not like matters when we get rid of them. Okay, let's go then grab some cherries and head to the island. The island, where island stuff happens. So you can do two full trees worth of cherries to bring with. And then, yeah, sounds like a plan. A plan that sounds like. Okay. And once we get to the island. Awesome, so we're on our way to the island. After which, basically we're gonna do our standard island stuff. Let's see how that goes. And then, yeah. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. I guess when we get back, we're gonna have to remember to... Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, so we need to replace, try another pear tree to replace a dead sapling when we get back from the island. Yeah, first island stuff. Writing hasn't really been happening much as of late. I'm thinking I'm going to put off the launch of the series for another year. For next year instead of this year. Not just because of the fact that it hasn't been going particularly quickly, but also because of logistically with in-universe it doesn't with the rate of like or with the fact of where we still are in the world as far as COVID goes, and with the series supposed to be taking place in the present and what I want to do with it, it doesn't. I'm thinking it's less and less likely that it makes sense for the start of the series to be, you know, this summer. So I'm thinking push it back another year would make more sense anyway. But yeah. Plus, it just gives me more time to like. I'm going to get rid of this over here. And it just gives me more time to build up a bit of a more of a backlog and such as well. Chair Pig's gonna blanket, but it'll be cold by then. Yeah, just a little cold. Just a little cold. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go right here. That works. Okay. And we have some more fruit that can go put over there. And yeah. I don't know what that was, but I don't think I have caught one yet. Oh well. I think everything is good as far as setup goes. So, Captain, take us back to the mainland. Yes, take a record. I will take a record with. Save my island to the Game Boy Advance. Wee bit technical. Yeah, let's get started on the transmitting of the data. Okay. Sorry if I'm not quite as good at the talking in today's stream as I normally am, which I'm normally even not necessarily always that great, but first stream back after a while, I'm always much more awkward as far as trying to keep talking. But, yeah. Okay. Just about ready to swap the cables. Okay. Just give me a moment to swap them cables. It's all good, you are too, yeah. Because like, people that don't stream don't realize that just, like, constantly talking while you're doing stuff is a skill, and, like... And it's a skill that it's very quick and easy to follow to practice of. Especially because it's a skill that you can't really also, like... generally do during your day-to-day life. Because, like, if I start, you know, narrating what I'm doing at work or whatever, people are going to look at me weird. Bore yourself out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Although I do sometimes do that, I guess, when I'm at home, even by myself and not streaming. Like, if I'm, say, like, doing chores around the house, I might be talking out loud while I'm doing it, just because of streaming. I get it kind of used to it and such. Work, though, I definitely have to be careful not to do that. Because of, you know, then people are just like, why are you just talking to yourself? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a streamer. What? then they'd be even more confused. Yeah. Okay. I mean, a lot of my coworkers do know that I stream on Twitch. At least some of the ones that know that don't actually know don't understand what that means, but because I definitely talk about that'll work with coworkers and such. Like, yeah, I'm streaming and such. And some of them know what that means right away. Some of them are like, what does that mean? You explain. And some of them, even after you explain, they're like, I don't get it. But yeah. Talking to yourself and your viewers, oh yeah. Heck, like my mom doesn't understand what streaming is. Like, she understands that it's, you know, it involves me playing video games and the internet and such, and she understands that it's, like, you know, something that's important to me, so, like, when, like, you know, there's family stuff and whatnot, like, she does understand that, like, I do have, like, a schedule and such, and that it's important to me, so, like, you know, tries to make sure stuff works around with that, but she still doesn't really understand what it is. So, yeah. But I do appreciate that she, like, does understand that it is something that's important to me and such. Know the feeling, yeah. Yeah. That's why it's always nice to talk to other streamers, because, you know... And I mean, even then, like, it isn't always that every streamer... Because different streamers do have different, you know, ways of doing things, different stuff, whatever. So, like, not every thing will be, like, universal across all streamers, but... You know, there's a lot of stuff that is universal, even just universal amongst most streamers or whatever, so when talking to other streamers, you get the, yeah, I get that, that a lot of other people do. Because even for people that do understand what streaming is and such, like, you know, especially, like, viewers and such, for a lot of them it's like, oh, you just, you know, play video games, right? Doesn't seem that hard. But it's a whole thing. Okay. Yeah. Because you're trying to play the video game, you're also trying to, you know, talk with chat, you're trying to make sure you don't miss anything in chat. Trying to make sure everything's running smoothly on a technical side, and, like, yeah. Heck, like, earlier today, I was watching a streamer who's, was doing speedrun attempts, Super Mario 64, the 16-star category, and she just, like, started, doing that, running that, not that category and that game, like, just the other day or whatever, so she's still new to it. And even today, like, so she was saying, like, you know, she was feeling bad about how, like, she was missing stuff in chat because she doesn't know, like, you know, the parts, because when speedrunning, like, you know, what certain parts of the game you can't really look away from, but, you know, she's not quite at the point where she always understands, okay, this is where I can, like, look away for a bit without risking messing up the run. This is where I have to, like, really concentrate and such. So she's feeling bad with it. And people in chat, of course, are like, no, don't worry about it. But, yeah. But, yeah. Because, like, this, I'm always... Ah, crap. I'm having to concentrate on this so that, you know, I'm keeping track of which spots have been dug up and which haven't, and I still sometimes mess up. Like, I'm not sure if this one got dug up already or not. Okay, I think this one probably did, because she's not going for it. This one, though, didn't. Okay, this one did, though, I think, so now we're over here. Playing Crash is hard to go back and forth, yeah. Yeah, definitely, like, Animal Crossing in general, outside of something like this, is one of the games that's definitely easier to keep up with chat. But in this, I have to like make sure she's not going for the money, make sure like she's going for what I want her to be going for and all that. But otherwise, Animal Crossing normally, because it's a very slow-paced game, it's very easy to keep up with chat. Whereas like more like action-oriented stuff, you know, you look away and suddenly you're dead type thing, right? And speedrunning is its own thing, because there you're also like competing, you're not just trying to like not die, you're specifically trying to play fast. So that, you know. But of course, with speedrunning, as you get better at it, there are certain areas where it's just like, okay, yeah, it's like just muscle memory, so then you can look away while you're, you know, just doing exactly what you know how to do type thing. Whereas other parts that you're not so good at, you still need to concentrate on. Not that I've done a whole lot of speedrunning, but, you know, I've done Super Mario World, 11 Exit, which, that, you know, I'm decent at about, I'd say, the first half of it. I'm also good at the second half, but, you know, it's still short enough that, you know, I can do a bunch of runs in a single stream. But anyway, yeah. But, like, there I can, like, you know, it's not very long, so it doesn't matter if I do miss chat for a little bit. But even then, like, a lot of it is just muscle memory. And then all castles I've done, but that's so long, and I'm not so good at it, so it's just like, okay, yeah, I'm looking away some, but, you know, I'm gonna, like, fail certain parts regardless, so it's just, like, do as good as I can at this point for that. But, yeah. Did you do this? No, you didn't. Okay, awesome. This one you did. Did you do this one already? Okay, no. What do we have for gyroids again? Well, okay, so we're just missing 2 gyroids. What do we think are the chances we're going to get? Did we do this one? I think we must have done this one already, because she's not going for it. What do we think are the chances that we're going to get one of those gyroids today, or even both of them? Okay. If we had more people in chat, I would say we should maybe do one of those, whatchamacallit, betting things, where you bet the channel points on it, but not much point in that if we're only going to have one person potentially doing that. Because you need at least 2 people. Because if you don't have anybody voting one way, it's just like, oh, if you just have one person, or even you have multiple people just all voting the same side, then it's just like, well, then just, you know, people are gonna get their points back, or do the points just disappear into the ether if just everyone votes for the losing side? I'm not sure what happens then. Okay. Definitely would be nice if we did get those last 2 gyroids today, though. Just getting that completed. And then clearing out this section so then we have more room for, like, the clothing and the furniture sections. Because clothing and furniture are both definitely getting pretty full. Time went off. No worries, no worries. And yeah. You gotta do stuff, you gotta do stuff. Like, that's actually something I have an issue with as a viewer sometimes. Last time I've just been lurking anyway, then it's like, whatever, if I, like, you know, disappear and such. But I know especially what happens is, there were several times where, like, especially there's certain streams where, like, there's a busy chat, the streamer still tries to, like, respond to everyone. But what happens then is sometimes it takes a while for there to be a response. So, like, I'll make a message, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll hear, like, say, the microwave finish or something or whatever, and I'm like, do I get up now, quickly get it? Do I wait till after my question's been answered, or like, or whatever I've replied has been responded to? It's always like the, you know, it's always the like, you know, decision there, which option I go with. Yeah. Especially knowing that is when it's like, you know, you're having a back and forth, though, like, you say something to a streamer and then they respond, but with, like, a question, so then you're answering it, but then you're like, oof, come on, just, I need to, you know, I need to quickly get up and, like, you know, do a thing, but I also don't want to, like, you know, I don't want to wait, like, you know, a couple minutes to respond to what they said, but I don't want to have, but I don't know how long it's going to be until they respond to my next thing, and, you know, because of just, yeah, the way the communication works. It doesn't happen too often now, because there's not a lot of streamers I watch. Most of the streamers I watch either don't have that busy of a chat, or if they do, they're just not responding to everything anyway, because after a certain point, like, you can't really respond to everything. And there's even a certain point where you just shouldn't be responding to everything. Like, I know one streamer I watch that's, at this point, yeah, it would be impossible even if she did, but I know she said, like, you know, she would be responding to everything in chat, even past the point that she probably should have, because it ended up actually, like, causing some damage to her voice for a while there because of that. Just the, like, talking so fast to respond to everything. So it's definitely a thing that, yeah, it's a scramble, yeah. Yeah, I generally try to respond to everything. I mean, obviously it's good, because, like, obviously sometimes you just miss something, right? Like, that's just the I don't know. And there's certain times where I just don't know how to respond to something. Velocity, get away from that money. But generally, I try to respond to everything. But yeah. Okay. Ooh, we're almost at 5 o'clock already. I guess, yeah, because I did start late. Assuming I stream consistently this week, we also need to start getting into the actual streaming consistently starting on time consistently. That should be a goal. Velocity wants the money, yeah. I mean, it's her money originally, but she dropped it, so it's mine now. Another gift going by, but again, it's garbage, a pitfall, or maybe furniture. Don't need the garbage, or don't want the garbage, don't want the pitfall. Furniture, honestly, probably wouldn't be anything we'd need anyway. Almost done here, though. Why is she not doing these ones? Oh, there we go. That's that one. And thank you for that host links. Okay, she's angry now. That's fine. We missed out on doing 2 of them, but I wonder if it's where the tide is when I click on it. if that's related to it, but... Okay, so the money she picked up was here. We'll check if there is money there when we go back. But yeah, thank you very much for that, host. I should give you a shout out. Thought you were already. No worries. X18. Yeah. Definitely, if anyone's hanging out and you're not following the links, you should go, you know, check her out. Plays Animal Crossing New Horizons, Grand Theft Auto 5, and I think you were mentioning Crash Bandicoot. But yeah. Let me just also quickly swap the cables back. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I recently started playing it. Yeah, I think I even saw that you were playing it the other day. I don't remember which day. But I think I remember seeing that I wasn't able to watch the stream at the time. I think I do remember seeing that just like when I was looking at my Twitch following page. Or something. I don't know. Or maybe, no, probably email notification, because I get, right. They do have notifications on for your streams, I probably just saw the email, that's what it probably was. Because I was just thinking, I'm like, wait, if I wasn't able to watch the stream, then I probably wouldn't have been looking at my following page. But yeah. One level made you mad, so you switched to AC. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I've never actually played a Crash Bandicoot game. Or a Spyro game. Both series that I would like to eventually play, but have not yet done so. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of games in both those series, including a crossover on, I believe it was the Game Boy Advance, where there was, like, Crash and a Spyro game that were a crossover. Like, they each had their own game, but it was, like, with... I think the main villain from... Or a main villain from Spyro was in the Crash game, and the main Crash villain was in, like, the Spyro game. And you could look them up or and do something. I don't know. Having fun until you couldn't do one part, so you said, okay, I'll go back to it another time. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense. Sometimes something is just, you know... It was like last week when I was playing Rogue Squadron 2 Rogue Leader there, and doing the final mission, and I got far enough that I know I can beat it, but I just was... Last week it was just not happening. So I was like, yeah, I'll do that another time. Yeah, because I got far enough that I'm like, okay. Because there was one of the attempts last week that I almost did it, but yeah. Got to a point that it almost got you to swear on stream. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I swear on stream occasionally. Like, I do have my streams set to mature and such. Partly so that I have the option of... And obviously, like, even if you don't have set to mature, you can do the occasional swear, and it's fine. But, like, which, you know, I only do the occasional swear anyway, so that, as far as that goes, it would be fine. But I do like the opportunity that I could swear a lot if I wanted to. It's just not... I don't happen to swear very often, just the way I talk. My Star Wars RPG streams definitely have a lot of swearing from some of my players, but... But me as a person, I just don't happen to swear a lot. Okay. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Starting with the furniture, as per usual. Wario's Woods. No. Come on, Island. You can do better than that. Oh. Swears play GTA because Wario swears in. Oh, yeah. A blue table. Ooh, that's new. That's something we normally get from Red. And we don't have it yet, so awesome. Progress. Kind of controls your friends that you stream with. Yeah. And I mean, I know with Star Wars RPG, I have had several of the people that I've had on there ask me, like, beforehand, is it okay if I swear or not? Like, is your stream set to mature? And I'm like, yeah, no worries. You're all good. Office desk. Looks like we already have. But yeah. Or some that, like, who already knew my stream was set to mature is like, it's a very good thing you have your stream set to mature if you're having me on. Some people, yeah. Some people definitely swear a lot more than others. I have no problems with swearing any. I guess that just not something I do myself very often, just like, you know, anyone, they have, you know, words they use more or less than others. Okay. I don't even know what that is. I'm curious what this is. It's probably some kind of a plant. Nope. Okay, I want to look this up on GameFAQs here. Because that, let's see here. Catalog guide. Okay, something you normally get from Red. It's listed under the household items, apparently. Okay. Good stuff. Did have that in New Horizons. Okay. Yeah, so that's from a series that I haven't listed out what I need yet, but I feel like there's a good chance that that is something that I needed, because if you normally get it from Red, and I don't recognize it, that means probably something I haven't gotten yet. Diver Dan we have. Just to confirm, did I check this one? Hi-Fi Stereo, yeah, I did. Kitty Wardrobe. Oh, wait. No. Kitty, we're missing the bed and the table. Not the wardrobe. We got in their season section. Okay. And another one of them. What are the chances? Actually, maybe there are even good chances. Maybe. Depends on what determines the RNG. So I think there's several times where, like, we've gotten multiple of the same thing that we've never gotten before. So I wonder if that's, yeah, dark stone. No. So if the RNG, that whatever determines the RNG, you know, makes it more likely that you'll get more than one of the same thing in the same day. Snow cone machine we have in the house, because that is an island exclusive item. A fan. It's nice to have fans. sprinkler. Nope. Don't need that. Another copy of Wario's Woods. As it goes. A blue chair. No, need a blue bed and a blue corner. And a maple bonsai. Nope. Okay, so we got one confirmed new piece of furniture. And at least one other thing that was probably new. Not too shabby, not too shabby. But now for the gyroids. Just need two. Mini Nebulade, Mega Umbloid. No. That's not what we're going for. Don't need any Squelchoids. Warbloid, not what we're looking for. Come on, Buzzoid, no. Just two we need. That's all I'm asking for. Mega Rustoid, that's not it. Come on, if we're going with Mega, we want Umbloid. Fingers crossed, much appreciated. I need all the luck I can get. Hey Axeman, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Just doing some island stuff here, hoping to get my last two gyroids that I need. Finish off my catalog. Tall Bovoid. Sleepy? Oh yeah. Not getting enough sleep. Just finished a meeting. Oh yeah. That'll do it. That'll do it. So that's why you need to sleep in the meetings. No. Mega Freakoid. You're getting just enough. Ah, yeah. Mega Lullaboid. Tall Harmonoid. Ooh, food is good. Depending on the food, obviously, but... Mega Howloid. Two cycles more sleep, you can live on 4. Yeah. Mini Squelchoid. Yeah, sometimes that's what it goes with. What you can manage. Tall Dingloid. Tall Oboid. Cycles, not hours, yeah. I'm not really super familiar with how sleep cycles work, so I don't actually know what that means, but I do understand it doesn't mean hours. Tutoid. Gargoyloid, 90 minutes, a bunch of different waves. Okay, yeah. So an hour and a half, so 4 cycles would be about 6 hours. I mean, that's about how much sleep I get sometimes. Well, but it varies with me quite a bit. Mini Plankoid. We're not getting what we need here. Mega Percoloid. Quazoid. So I never want to sleep for 8 hours exactly. I'll wake up from deep sleep and be mad groggy. 7.5 or 9 is the way to go. Slim Quazoid. Yeah. My sleep just varies very much how much I get in a night, depending on things like what time I'm working, if I am working. Yeah. Always wake up tired. Pretty much the same. Mini Howloid. Come on. Decoid. Sometimes do, sometimes don't. Oh yeah, Mega Stromboid. Crocoid. Mini Squelchoid. Okay. As of right now, it's still possible for us to get both ones we need today. Now it's not. But we could still get one of the ones we need. No. Headed down college, 12:30 to 8, and commute in for your 9:30 class. I still get tired around 2 p.m. always, though. Oh, yeah. So no new gyroids today. But, I mean, we're only missing 2 of them, so that kind of makes sense. Let's see if we get any luckier with our clothing. Arctic Camo, no. Get tired around 4 p.m. See, that's my secret. I just stay tired. Don't get tired if you're just tired to begin with. Big dot shirt. Tomorrow's New Day, yep. Red bar shirt. I think it was like the red check shirt. No, red scale shirt, right? Yeah, red scale shirt is the one we need for red. Four ball shirt. Probably not. Nope. Two 4-ball shirts in a row, because of course. Flame shirt, nope. Already got that. Gaudy sweater, that was one of the ones we saw at Nooks today, I believe. It wasn't new then. Oh. Isn't new now. A rally shirt. We all need a rally behind me getting something new. Okay. Pink, no. Don't need any pink shirts. Already got anything pink. 8-ball, probably not. I don't need any shirts starting with the letter E, in fact. Green ring to rule them all. No, we need a green bar shirt. Gaudy sweater again. Yeah, I wonder if something with the RNG is determined by, like, the day of the week or the date or something, because that's 2 gaudy sweaters here, plus a gaudy sweater at Nook's. So I wonder if that's like, obviously that wouldn't be the only thing going into the RNG, but if it's something like the day of the week or the date or something that affects the RNG, that would explain why certain days you just see a bunch of a certain one. But yeah, building your new residential area is so much time consuming on your third day building planning. Oh yeah. 7 ball. No. I didn't pay my money yet. I normally do that first, but just slipped my mind. It's probably when you, like, you know, are off from doing something for like a few days, all of a sudden you come back and you're like, okay, how do I do this again? Or what's like my, you know, what's my routine again? You just follow your routine. Okay. Yeah, another gaudy sweater. An airy shirt, I think, yeah. Andrew's shirt is the only thing he needs from with letter A. One ball. One ball to rule them all. Fresh shirt. You're fresh out of ideas. I don't know. A number 1 shirt. You're the bridge number 1. A stormy shirt. It was a dark and stormy night. It was a dark and stormy shirt. Another 1 ball to rule them all. Four balls to rule them all. Another number 1. Yodel shirt, I believe the letter Y. Yeah, we've already got every shirt starting with the letter Y. Tell me why. Orange tie-dye. Ah, the orange pinstripe, but is a Gracie shirt. Hop bloom. Nope. I think these next were the ones that she didn't even... Or no. Next. This one is still one she replaced. Still not one we need, though. Next two I think were ones that she had missed, but I'm going to check them just to be on the safe side. 2 ball. And then... Blossoming shirt. The last one, though, she did replace. That was right before she got stuck and in trouble. Tiki shirt. So nothing new clothing-wise. We did get at least 1 new piece of furniture, though, so that's something. Now let's see what we've got for money here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay then. A 30,000, 2 10,000s. 2,000s and then a few hundreds, and that's just in my first pickup. So we definitely got better on the money luck with today than we did on, like, the getting new stuff luck. That at least is something. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more bag than we have room for. Okay. This is just 1,000, mostly 100. So this, but hey, the first pickup we did was already so much. We still have one more bag, which I'm hoping is 10,000. 30,000 we're not going to have room for in our wallet. I mean, honestly, it would still be fine because we could still just carry it as a bag of money, but... And... no, it's 30,000. Alrighty then. I think that's it, so let's head back. Yeah, definitely got some good luck with the money there, if nothing else. I mean, we did get, like I said, at least one new piece of furniture. Very likely two. So that's a little something good. Okay. I'm thinking, though, we might skip out on going to Pretoris today. First stream back after a bit without. I don't want to be overdoing it, but I do still want to play Super Mario Bros. 35 yet. Still have a few things to do yet before I switch over, but yeah, I think we're going to skip out on going to Pretoris today. Okay, because we only have, what, today and next Monday are my last days for Super Mario Bros. 35, and I still have 3 icons left to unlock that I'm hoping to unlock before the game goes away. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to replace that dead pear sapling. So let's go do that. So that one died. So we'll try one here. Not likely to grow, but so we're trying every spot on that acre until something works. Or until we've tried every spot. Okay, let's go sell these other 2 pairs, even though it's gonna get me, like, almost nothing. $200 whole. Okay, and then let's see my catalog. Okay, let's see how we did today on stuff. So $398. So we got 3 new pieces of furniture today. Okay, so there was a one that we know from the island, one that we're fairly certain of, and then another something somewhere. Don't have my phone in the room with me, so I'm just going to bring up Google as my calculator. So that's 398 divided by 601, 66%. Okay, so no change to the percentage. 54 on wallpaper, no change. 63 on carpet, no change. 164 on clothing, no change. 41 on items, no change. 61 on stationery, no change. 125 on gyroids, no change. Obviously no change on fossils because we're at the max. And 10 on music, so no change. So not a lot of change there. Just got 3 new pieces of clothing. But that's also without going to Praetoris today, so that definitely does affect it. Then progress, exactly. We made some progress. Let's add a few more things to our furniture list, though. Where did we leave off? The office? Well, okay, let's bring up the YouTube video. That often. Okay. The Robo series we listed out, right? Robo series, yes. The Robo series might have been where we left off. Or Robo set, I should say. Okay, cello. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, the Robo series is where we last left off, because next is. There we go. Bass. Then cello and violin we have. Okay, so that's one thing added there. The next time will be the poles, but. Okay. Then, let's also get some more stationery just to fill in my, just so I have that in my inventory, because I always like to have stationery along the right side of my inventory. And then let us head over to the post office, where actually we will be getting one other thing up. Villagers list, because we do have somebody to add to the, or take off the villager list. Save a letter. So that was Cupcake. Cupcake, there we go. Cupcake off the list. Okay, let's then place Cupcake's letter in here, wherever it, let's see, UCHCL, so right here. Okay, isn't too bad. So we're only up to page 3, I think. For anyone unaware what I'm doing, I'm keeping one letter from every villager who has lived in this village, keeping them in alphabetical order, which means whenever I get a new villager, That's earlier in the well, anyone I guess other than at the very end. That means shifting over everything after them. One space to accommodate. Which just is the way things go. That's, let's see, 20, 48. So we should have a total of 48 villagers that have lived here. So that's at least one other area that we did increase beyond just the furniture today. 48 divided by 218. Oh, why did I already close Google? 48 divided by 218 is 22%, so the percentage is unchanged. Okay. Make a deposit. Yeah, so we definitely lost some money from not playing much last week, and the money we spent on turnips ended up just, you know, being gone with the turnips rotting away, getting rotten, but, you know, it is what it is. Accept it, we move on. And, because that's just the way things go. We have these spoiled ones over here, and then we have a bunch over in Pertoris, which we'll still need to get rid of whenever we find the time. And yeah. That's fine. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Now we're going to be swapping over to some Super Mario Brothers 35. So, switch to the Switch scene, and just give me a moment to swap everything over and start it up, and yeah.